good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk. Right back like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. For real, salute. Being a father is something that's important. I got love for everybody and embrace it and love it. Take care of them babies, man. I was chilling today. I took a day off yesterday. No content, sorry about that. I was going to take a day off today, like just take the whole Father's Day weekend and kind of just relax, but this one's on my chest right now. I just want to talk to y'all, so I hope y'all don't mind. I'm driving. Wanted to go get something real quick, and Twitter's been disgusting me lately. Twitter's a place where people can hide behind fake avatars, well, actually social media in general. Hide behind fake avatars and say something that you would never say to or about a person to their face. And it's just kind of disgusting to me at this point. I got this whole thing that I've been trying to just get across where I feel like Dak Prescott is the most disrespected, degraded, doubted, outright hated player in the NFL. And a lot of people have been like, yo, you pushing a narrative, and no, I'm not pushing shit. No, I'm not. What I'm doing is getting across something that's just prevalent. It's everywhere. It's on ESPN. It's on FS1. It's in every comment section. The hate that Dak Prescott gets it's mind-boggling. You're talking about a player right now that, they're trying to, what the newest thing is to get on Dak about interceptions. And, you're super turnover prone. When he's one of the lowest percentage-wise touchdown to interception ratio guys in NFL history. So, that's just the flavor of the week. It's the hate of the week for Dak Prescott. It was you don't throw the ball far. Then when he conquered that, it was, you're not winning enough. He gets plenty of wins, and he's never had a losing season. And, when we compare his stats to people like Peyton Manning, because, in 69 starts, people, this is blasphemy, and what a hater will do. See, if you love a player, you'll be like, wow, his stats are comparable to Peyton Manning, having such a great career. You just got to get that playoff thing down, and it'll solidify everything. That's what a person that would support a player would do. What a hater does is, well, Peyton Manning had won an MVP by then, so, you can't compare the two. Is if you hate somebody or disrespect or don't like somebody, you will find that thing to make them not look good. It don't matter what it is. You'll find it. It's always something. You can find something. If you dislike somebody, you can find something, and that's what people do with Dak Prescott. It don't matter. This whole notion that if Dak made it to an NFC Championship game, people would stop hating. No, they wouldn't. Dak Prescott can win an NFC Championship game. He can make it to a Super Bowl. If he won the Super Bowl, people will say, do it again. Or they'll say, you got dragged there by Micah Parsons and your defense. He won't get any credit. He'll get just as much hate, maybe even more. If he loses, it'll be, you knew you couldn't get it done. But what won't ever happen is people will just say, I just needed to see that. I now respect Dak Prescott. It's not going to happen. I've seen people on Twitter recently come at Dak about the fact, his brother that he lost to suicide. He lost his mother to cancer. And they say you didn't have a dad because his dad wasn't in his life like that. I shouldn't even be bringing light to that stuff, but I'm trying to highlight something on why I say Dak is the most hated player in the NFL. Because most players, if you do something wrong as a person, I understand why you're hated. Like, if you're a bad person, the hate is warranted. Dak Prescott is a phenomenal person. And he's an excellent NFL quarterback. To be top 10 at anything, almost at least once, should be held in high regard when you were a 4th-round pick. But to be solidified top 10 at your position when everyone's always doubted Dak Prescott. Always doubted Dak Prescott. For him to be top 10 at his respective position, I just don't understand why people don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. He's mid. He's this. He's that. But he's consistently shown up and been a great quarterback for multiple years. He's battled through multiple injuries. Last year, he broke a finger on his throwing hand. Battled back, still had a winning win-loss record, even without the Cooper Rush wins. Still had more wins than losses. That's how he get down. Had a phenomenal playoff game versus Tom Brady where he blew him off the field. And it's all ignored because he ran into another team that had a great defense, and he just didn't have enough weaponry to get past them. So he pressed all game, and he threw some interceptions. It is what it is. But I like to look at the reality of the situation as this. Dak Prescott, who is 29, I think he turns 30 this year, has done nothing but when he's doubted, show up. And this is why I support this man. The doubt birds, the doubt people, they out in full force. They're out in full force, pardon my whip. They don't want him to fail. They don't want him to succeed. They want him to fail. They want to be validated in their thoughts of, I knew he was never that good. And you got to realize this guy was doubted by half of his fan base, more than half of his fan base, since he picked up a football. Like, Tony Romo went down, and I even was on the other side at one point. I didn't believe it. I didn't hate him, but I didn't believe it. And all he has done is show and prove. Show and prove. And it's just one of those things where I have no choice. I celebrate the fact that I support Dak Prescott merely because half of the world, 90% of the NFL, 95% of the NFL, if you're not a Cowboys fan, you hate the Cowboys and you hate Dak Prescott. I've never met another NFL fan that's not a Cowboys fan. I haven't met him that says, Dak Prescott pretty decent. If you're not a Cowboys fan, half the fan base don't like him and the rest of the NFL don't like him. And it's merely because he represents something that a lot of people can't do in their own life. He's determined and he has no quit in him. And a lot of people quit and give up on things so quickly. I listen to Eagles fans all the time tell me how Dak is trash and how they used to hate on McNabb and they would have been moved off of Dak Prescott. And all that does is represent a bunch of people that ain't loyal. That's all I hear when I hear that, is non-loyalty. So when someone that has shown you flashes of greatness has moments that aren't so great, the first thing you think of is to just throw them in the trash. That's the most non-loyal thing I ever heard. I got plenty of friends that's been up, been down. I'm right with them. I'm a rider. I ride with my friends. I don't turn my back on them because they're not doing so well. But I want to be the friend that cheers them the hardest when they up. That's the worst type of friend. I would not want, I'm cool. I'm good on that. I'm going to support Dak Prescott more right now after coming off of, remember he broke his ankle. Supported him, came back, phenomenal year, broke the Cowboys single season touchdown record, right? This last year, I have never seen so much hate for a guy that battled back from a thumb injury to have a pretty successful season. Didn't make the long playoff run, but that's pretty great coming off a broken throwing finger. Nah, I'm going to support Dak Prescott. I'm solidifying the fact that he's the most hated because to be the Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner and be this divisive to where on Twitter and in these comments people want to say stuff personal and try to really be hurtful, now it makes me support this man even more. I can't wait for him to have his success this season now that they got him the proper weaponry so he can prove people wrong. But I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. It's just something I had to get off my chest. I know that the setting in the car ain't perfect, but sometimes you got to just, when I do my stuff, I speak from the heart. And this is just something that was on my chest, man. The Dak Prescott hate, I feel like it's been going on forever. And it's not that I think it's going to change. It's that I wanted to just state the reason why I support him is the reason why y'all hate him. I support somebody that's that determined, that driven, and will have the success that I know he going to have. But it's your boy, Mr. Rome, man. Look, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Father's Day Sunday. I'm going to get up out of here.